Hey guys, what is up? This is Daquine. How you fine ass folks doing this fine ass day? Today, I know probably is a day I may not always be streaming on a regular basis, but I I always had I had this cool idea. I just wanted to get out, and I didn't want to wait till tomorrow to do it, as I'm kind of planning on as far as D&D. Oh my goodness, as far as D&D creation or character creation goes. I'm still hoping to be able to get something done on on Saturday tomorrow, as far as another character, whatever. I don't even know what I'm making yet. If I am able to do this, but for this one, for this particular character that I'm thinking about making, um, I had gotten the idea the other day, 1 or 2 days ago. I was watching Puffin Forest because I like his channel; it's fun to watch. But he had, come up with a really interesting idea that I hadn't really thought about before, and I thought, it'd be kind of fun to kind of make my own version of this character, where, he created this character called Epsiode, as he would. It's not absurd or absurd. It's absurd with, with the whole, excuse me, with the whole, you know, um, weird accent and everything. It was pretty funny. It was for a one shot he was doing, so so this unique character was definitely something that was fun to do. That something that I think most people would not normally do. But and I thought, what, I want to do the same idea, where rather than making a character who has perhaps maybe your standard single class, or even like a two class, multi-class character, why not have a character that is multi-classed in everything? As he put it, don't just make a character that's quote unquote jack of all trades, but is literally a jack of all trades. That would be, I think that'd be kind of fun. I mean, of course, experience and everything, but master of none. Definitely master of none. But the question is, what level should I make this guy? Now, granted, I have to, at the very least, make this character be, at the bare minimum, level 8, I believe. Because if I'm not mistaken, there are 8 separate classes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, I'm sorry, 12. 12 classes. So yeah, now this is probably going to be even more interesting. So at the very least, I have to make this guy a level 12 in order for this to work. Now, I'd kind of thought about this morning a little bit, as to kind of how to start this character off. What sort of character would this be? What sort of an individual would potentially be able to have experience in literally everything? Ranging from something as simple as your fighter, all the way to something as, intelligent as your wizard, and, as, faithful as your cleric or paladin, in every single thing that, falls underneath every single class. And I thought that even though not everyone thinks that this would work, but I feel that a really cool character, or at least in terms of race anyway, would potentially be a Kenku. Because I was looking earlier I was looking in my books. No, these are one. Yeah, I was looking in my Volos guide. I was looking in the Volos, and I was looking in the Player's Guide, thinking, what kind of race seemed like I feel would have a good chance of potentially knowing everything. And even though I guess technically every class could potentially have access to everything, I thought, again, just for fun, this is just simply a fun character, nothing serious. Because more than likely, this is probably just going to be a mess. It's going to be an absolute mess of a character. But I feel that a Kenku would be a good idea because based on the description, or anyone who knows what Kenku is that they are masters of mimicry, and meaning like they can make they can perfectly mimic the sounds they hear, the phrases they hear, all that. But I thought, why not carry that a little bit farther? What if there was a Kenku who was so adept at mimicking any and everything that he or she sees? Why not carry it beyond simple the things they see, and why not all the things that they absorb in terms of spells and abilities, and just the general knowledge, and maybe all that. Maybe even have where this unique Kenku maybe has certain really unique innate abilities where maybe there's barely any, not just any particular Kenku, but any unique individual in general, regardless of race, where it's going to be this unique to have access to everything. But it ends up being maybe a little bit of a mess, where it's like maybe a comic relief. I don't know. It could be a comic relief kind of character. Who knows? But I'm thinking, first of all, I was thinking of this just now as I was creating, as I was talking about it, and I thought, well, right, if this was going to be a totally unique character, a very unique character, even amongst the unique, maybe he should definitely be like the Kenku should be very unique. I'm thinking, maybe it's like the chosen one, the chosen Kenku. That maybe it's not just a chosen Kenku, but the chosen being, meant to, have knowledge kind of everything, that only an individual can have maybe once every 5 generations or 10 generations or every century or every 1,000 years or something. Because, most races, most characters, nay, most individuals are not going to have, this level of overall arcing knowledge. So I'm thinking, perhaps, this the character should be very unique looking. So that's why I think maybe this Kenku should be maybe albino, perhaps. I mean, full albino, so that the white beak, maybe even a slight pink beak, maybe the full pink eyes, the pure white feathers, and the white any bare skin that might be visible is incredibly light, and which is maybe another reason why you don't see maybe this particular individual very much, because it's out. It doesn't want to be outside. It's probably maybe it's hermited itself away. I mean, hell, maybe that could be its background, is that it is a hermit, which is another very potential idea. And while I'm sitting there thinking, I'm going to also, okay, there we go. I also need to open up my notes here on my phone so I could start making notes and the like. But first things first, I'm going to be using, I don't have my dice with me right now, unfortunately, but I'm going to be using a dice roller to roll out the initial stats for the character. So we're going to roll, again, this is going to be, your standard roll for stats, 4 dice, take away the lowest, worst number. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is going to be interesting. So we got a 2, 1, 4, and 5. So we have a 4, let's see, 9, 10. So we have a 10. All right. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, not a great roll. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11. Because it's a 4, 1, 4, and 3. So that's, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, well, so again, so far with the 10 and 11, we're looking at an insanely average character. But then again, these are only the first 2 stats. 2, 3, 4. Okay, it could be worse, but That's 5, 1, 4, and 3. So we're looking at 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Hopefully we'll have at least 2 or 3 fairly good stats, I'm hoping. 2, 3, 4. Okay. This is definitely better. We have a 6, 6, 3, and 2. So that's 12, 13, 14, 15. So I can definitely get into that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. This is not going to be good. This is not going to be good. 3, 1, 1, 1. Now, part of me wants to say that deserves a reroll because if I were to be, if I was the DM, I mean, I'm going to mix a little bit of the player, the PC creator slash DM, and I'm going to treat this a little bit as a session 0 kind of situation. This is, I think, how I'm going to always do these character creates, situations where I'm not just simply creating the character just to create it, but have a little bit of a DM ruling where, in this case, I rolled out of my 4 dice that I rolled, 3 of them are ones that I think kind of deserves a reroll. So I will reroll that stat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not incredibly better, but still okay. It's still better than what I had before. That would have been 3. Yeah, that would have been literally a stat of 5. 5. That's literally almost above. But I'm thinking maybe actually that, maybe I'm thinking that could actually be a good character. That could be an interesting character flaw, in terms of their stats where, what, suck it, fuck it. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick the pick the original roll. So that way, again, anyone watching this is not going to have to worry about like, oh, you cheated or whatever on your rolls. So I'm going with the 5, and that way maybe I could sit there and utilize that as part of the character's personality. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're looking for, one more roll. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's 6, 5, 4, and 4. So that's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So, okay. You know what? I can definitely work with those numbers. I can most certainly work with those numbers. So, first, take a drink as it gets in my face. I also ate a sandwich before jumping on here. And man, I can still taste the onions in my mouth. I definitely would not want to be giving someone a smooch right now because, ew, just ew, Okay, so put that over there for a moment. Check out Volo's guide so we can get these appropriate stats or initial stats for the Kenku. If I can bloody find the area I'm working on. And anyway, anyone who's curious, this is what it looks like. I know it's, again, spelled backwards and everything because this is, I probably didn't reverse this, but anyone who doesn't know or anyone getting into D&D and they want to know where you can get the Kenku race, this is where. Volo's Guide. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Volo's Guide to Monsters. Okay. There we go. Character races. Oh, perfect. Okay. So, okay. So first of all, I have that open. So what I'm going to do is we're going to have the thing open over here. And first, I think because of the fact that this is going to be the super crazy multi-class. Hold on, we're going to say for class we're going to say all classes, and we're going to say he's a level 12 because that's looks like what we have to do if we want to do all the stuff, or all the races. I mean. And like I said, maybe he's a hermit. And I'm thinking that maybe because the fact that he's a hermit, because he's, since he's so unique, even amongst his own kind, he's really pushed himself away. He's pushed away everyone else. They've pushed him away. So he's just his own character. He's his own creature. And I think because of that, I'm going to say that 5 should be a charisma, because if you don't have very much social experience, in addition to the fact that you are a creature of mimicry, of natural mimicry, or non natural mimicry, depending on how you want to look at it, because it's a Kenku, I think that would be, come on, that would be absolutely perfect. So there's that. So first, okay, so then we're gonna go up. So the next best is a 10. Let's see. Well, it is a Kenku, so we're gonna call. Let's say he's gonna be an average strength Kenku. Next is an 11. So maybe again he's a bird. No, so I'm going to say that maybe because, again, he's kind of short. I'm trying to think. How big is he? Kenku about 5 feet tall and weigh between 90 and 120 pounds. I think because they're about 5 feet tall, I think I'm going to go ahead and count that as probably that 11 as probably their constitution. Because again, they're not the biggest creatures anyway, and they're birds, and they're essentially 5 foot tall poultry, so to speak. Next is 12. I'm gonna say that is they're fairly dexterous because again, bird. So in all theory, he could be somewhat dexterous. 12, and then we have 15. Oh no, we still have one. Okay, yeah, we have 2 more. So yeah, 15 and 16. So let's just say 15 and 16. Okay. So yeah, there's that. Okay, so there we have our initial raw natural statuses. Stati. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so not going to worry about age. Not going to worry about alliance. I'm just going to say that, alignment, I mean. So I think for alignment, I'm just going to say he's. I know a lot of people would call this kind of cheap, but I'm going to say that. I'm going to say that he's probably. Oh my gosh, probably true neutral, probably. True neutral. Okay. Because again, he was probably exiled at a late, such an early age where he probably had wasn't given the choice of whether or not he wanted to be a good line person or a bad line person. Which is again totally fine. That I'm sure his alignment could easily change depending on who he ends up befriending or whatever. Let's see, and of course he's going to be a Kenku. There. Okay, so he's going to say. Okay, so he is going to be a expert forgery. Expert. Again, I don't have my glasses on. Expert forgery, meaning that he can duplicate other creatures' handwriting and craft work, which is maybe another good thing. And he has advantage on all checks made to produce forgeries or duplicates of existing objects. So okay, so in this case, if you decide to use this character, because again, once I'm finished, I'm gonna try to remember. I'm gonna make sure everything looks good on here, and then once I'm satisfied, like even afterwards, I'm gonna try to save this and then upload it, and then try to make the link shareable and post it both in the description of the Twitch video that I'm doing now and the YouTube video. So anyone who wants to use the character can either use the character, can download it and use the character as is, just for shits and giggles, or if you feel that there's something else you'd want to change, you can do that too. I'm just doing this for fun and to give other people some fun ideas to you know do stuff with their characters. Okay, let's see. And they have Kenku training. Kenku training, which says you are proficient in your choice of two of the following skills: acrobatics, deception, stealth, and sleight of hand. Okay, so in this case, two of the following. So I'm probably gonna. Oh, deception would be beautiful. Um, let's see. There's deception because again, the idea of the perfect mimicry, that is awesome. That's a really cool idea. Oh boy, I hope that's not. If you guys heard that, that was sounded like a truck. Yes, I sure. I wouldn't be shocked if you start hearing dogs bark downstairs. Okay, so acrobatics, stealth, and sleight of hand. I'm gonna say stealth because again, he's also very, he's a hermit. He probably has had the chance to. He's had the time where he's seen probably people around where he lives. There you go, the dogs. But you have, this character who's been a hermit all their lives, or almost their entire life. So of course he's probably going to have the ability to stealth around a lot. Okay, so, and then there's mimicry. Mimicry. You can mimic sounds you have heard, including voices. A creature that hears the sounds you make can tell they are imitations with a successful wisdom check opposed by your charisma check. Let's see, and then for languages, he's definitely going to be able to know Common and Oren, right? Oren, yeah. But you can speak only by using a mimicry trait. Okay. So that looks like in terms of the character, the actual race itself, looks like I'm done with that. So in all, well, just in case, I'm gonna leave this over here open. Oops, son of a biscuit. Okay, do that. Okay, so what we are going to do is, okay, sometimes I wish I would have prepared just a little bit more. That would have been fan-freaking-tastic. Is there anything I could use in terms of maybe not. Crap. Okay, anyway. Lovely. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, see, I think I probably want to do backgrounds first. So what I'm going to do is go to the background. So I said it's going to be a hermit. Oh, okay. Pass a little bit. Okay, so as a hermit, he is proficient in medicine and religion. First, let me medicine and religion. Let's see. Okay, so now I do that. And what was it? Tool proficiencies. Oops. Okay, yeah, there we go. Tools. He's going to know herbalism. Kit. And for languages, one of your choice. So maybe I'm thinking. See, I'm imagining, a character who has, been out in a cave, and of course, a cave maybe, is very naturey. So I'm going to say, she was going to say druidic. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm thinking I know that fire bulges are supposed to be very druidic. So what I'm going to do, I am going to look that up and see what languages they know. Elvish and Giant. So I'm gonna say it knows Giant because maybe in the area that it lives within, it knows Giant. Because maybe there are a lot of giants, maybe there are a lot of fire bulges around. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I think that yeah, I'm gonna worry about the more character. Oh, well, actually, before I do that, I'm gonna say he knows in terms of feature. He knows discovery, actually. Feature discovery. Quiet seclusion of your extended hermitage gives you access to a unique and powerful discovery. The exact nature of this revolution depends on the nature of your seclusion. It might be a great truth about the cosmos, the deities, the powerful beings of the outer planes, or the forces of nature, which I'm going to say maybe the forces of nature, because again, he's out and about, he knows a lot of fire bulges, and more of those kind of giant-ish kind of kin. It could be a sight that no one has ever seen. You may have discovered a fact that has been long forgotten, or unearthed some relic of the past that could rewrite history. It might be information that would be damaging to the people or who consigned you to exile, and the reason for your return to society. Well, I think maybe just for fun, I'm going to say for discovery, maybe he is going to know probably, oh my goodness, maybe the reasoning behind why they were exiled, why Kenku were exiled, but why Kenkus were chosen or not chosen, but they were forced. Shoot, or maybe they were. Without actually looking back, you know what? Again, maybe this is one of those things that maybe we could kind of think of along the way. Okay, so for the time being, I'm going to keep a bookmark in the Hermit on the Hermit page. So now I initially thought, what would be a good starter class, for this race, for this character. And honestly, I kind of felt that a sorcerer would be a good start, because I feel like when it comes to the other magic wielders, a lot of the others are probably going to be able to, they're probably something that you either choose to learn, like wizards, or you would probably end up being chosen by some other deity or some other god or whatever, like via warlocks. But yet with a sorceress, that's more bloodline oriented. So I think we're gonna go with sorceress or sorcerer. So what we're going to do, we're going to say that it is a, let me see here. Where am I going here? Where's my dice roller? No, I don't want a dice roller. Yeah, I do want my dice roller. Okay, so for a dice roller, so 1d6 per. Okay, so in this case, to hit dice, he is going to be a 12d6. I'm just putting that down as is. Well, I think for the moment, I think because level 12 will probably be So I definitely need to decide. I should probably decide before I go too much farther if I should definitely make it a level 12, or if I should go like potentially like to 15, so that way I could, level to choose maybe a couple. No, I think I'm just go with level 12. I think just to make it easy and make it more of an easy template for other people to build upon. So if they want to say that, it's level 15, so they can add maybe 3 more levels to maybe some of their favorite classes or something, they can. Uh, and then for the case of that's going to be a +4. Okay, so actually, what would be a good name? Uh, at this point, I'm just gonna say, just to kind of go with the mimicry part, I'm just gonna call him Mimi. Save as. No, we don't want downloads. Desktop. We have Mimi. Okay, so first, hit points. So 6 plus the cost. Oh, yeah, we want to do the mods first. So first, we have to go to page 100 when we're done here. Okay, um, so for 10, it's going to be a +0. For 12, it's going to be a +1. Constitution is also a +0. A 16 is a +3. 15 is a +2. And a charisma, which is 5, wow, is going to be a -3. This is going to be interesting. Okay, so, and then we can always look back at that here when we're probably, if in the case for some reason we need to alter the mods. Okay. So 6 plus the Constitution modifier is going to be that 6. Well, okay. So again, right now I'm going to just say that because I'm dealing with just the first level sorcerer. I'm going to say he's a 6, and then we can always add on for each class we do. Wow, man, this is definitely going to be a challenging build. Don't be surprised if I just totally screw this up, because if not, well, hey, at least we're having some fun doing this, and that's all that matters here. Okay, so we have proficiencies. Armor is none. Tools, none. Oh, saving throw is Constitution and Charisma. Charisma and Constitution. And then I get to choose 2. Okay, it says 2 from Arcana, Deception, Insight, Intimidation, Perception, or Religion. We already got Deception and Religion. So I'm probably gonna say Arcana. Because like maybe the whole thing with the whole discovery. I don't know. Maybe the discovery feature and insight could be considered different. So no, I'm gonna say Arcana and Persuasion, because maybe not only can he mimic, he's heard enough people like trying to beg and plead, so that kind of stuff, and so he's probably fairly good, or like maybe doing the sounds of children or babies to kind of like tug at the heartstrings of the people he's talking to. So we have Arcana and Persuasion. Okay. Let's see. And so let's go with over here. Let's get this over here like such, so it'll be kind of easier to see what we're doing. See, so equipment. He's going to start out with a light cross bow. I know I had to shorten that because it won't give me enough space to do the whole thing. Let's see. And then 20 bolts. 20 bolts. Bolts. He's going to have an arcane focus, which is, I'm thinking, we'll think about that here when we get like maybe the origin, the sorceress origin, I think. Then we have two daggers. Daggers, and we can do those details here in a little bit. Okay, so let me jot down something here in notes. For sorcerer, see, we're going to look, because I need to know spells here. Sorcerer is going to know for level 1. Hold on. Level 1. For level 1. Oh, come on, man. Spells. Because I kind of want to, I would really like to be able to get these spells dealt with later. Okay, so hold on. Level 1. It's, yeah, no, I'm sorry. It only knows 2 level 1 spells. Okay. I can say, wow, 2 or 4 whole spells for level 1 sorcerer. Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead and switch this back as such. All right, so you can see my beautiful face once again. I'm sure it's not really beautiful, but I'm weird. Okay, so, and then the spell save DC is 8 plus the proficiency. That's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 plus my charisma modifier. That's what, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 12. Okay, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 11, 10, 9. So, oh my God, this is like literally the worst. This is literally the worst. So he's probably going to be pretty easy to for his spells to be beaten. I mean, he doesn't have to be the best, spellcaster in terms of charisma. Spell attack modifier, proficiency bonus plus charisma. That's 4 minus 3, so 1. So plus 1. Oh my God, guys. This is, like I said, this character is going to be a mess. This character is very literally going to be a mess. Okay, so level 1. It's going to know spell casting and sorceress origin. All right. And it knows 4 cantrips as well. Let's see. 4 cantrips. Alright, so, Sorceress Origin, which, okay, so I'm thinking either from the core book, we could have it be either a Draconic, you know what, just for shits and giggles, we're going to say that it's Wild Magic, because you know what, this character is going to be definitely more fun than anything, I think. I think that's the whole idea behind this character, is the fun. So if he crit fails, every time he does a spell attack, he's screwed. He's feckin' screwed. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is that I think that's everything I want for that. So now I'm gonna go off the idea of like, oh, now he's gonna level up, and for second level I'm gonna go with maybe a bard, because I'm thinking maybe, because I was thinking originally when I was first making up this character that I think a bard would be a great thing for this character, because you know, maybe he finally comes out of seclusion, or somehow he runs into a bard. Maybe, you know, maybe the few times he does come out of his out of his hermitness, and to maybe get supplies or something. Maybe he likes to spend a little bit of time in the taverns. Maybe the busy taverns, because they are, you know, they're usually busy, they're crowded, you know, there's so much going on, and he's so small, and he's maybe usually covered up, and, you know, maybe he just likes to sit there in the corner, you know, maybe with this pint of ale or whatever, and maybe the whole time he's sitting there listening to, you know, these bards coming in every now and then to tell their tales of adventures, the things they've done, listening to the music that they write, the songs they write, the poems that they pen on their scrolls and everything. So after, you know, so because he's so good at mimicry, he's starting to kind of learn bits about a bardic nature. So we're gonna go with a bard. Went a little too far. Half orcs. No, definitely not that. Oh, here we are. So now again, I know there's a whole section in the back about specific, you know, with specifics about multiclassing. For right now, again, this, like I said, this is more for shits and giggles. I'm just doing this for fun. So right now, I'm just gonna go with it. So yeah. So I'm just gonna ignore it. You know, again, this is all for fun. Okay, so as far as features are concerned, he also at first bard level, he knows, bardic inspiration, which is a 1d6, and actually, you know what? Okay, hold on. I do want to actually, maybe I should look back here, specifics about it. If anything, at the very, oh wait, look at, oh, let's see. Well, okay, what am I looking for again? Multiclassing. 163. Okay, I'm at this point. I'm just totally ignoring the multi-class prerequisites, if anything, for sure. You know, as described. Okay, for levels after first, you gain as a class only when you are a first level character. You add the hit dice granted by your classes to form. Okay, yeah. Let's see. Okay, so for Bard, actually. So for Bard, he gains for armor, he does gain light, light armor. One skill of my choice. Let's see. Actually, for a moment, let us do this because this is probably let's make it a little easier for you guys to see and all that good stuff. Okay, and it does say one skill of my choice. You know what? We're going to say performance because, reasons. Because, again, Bardic. So it would be very easy for him to do that. Actually, you know what I should do? So while I'm here on the multi-classing proficiencies for multi-classing, I could just do the entire list right now of everything. Just go from Barbarian, Bard, Cleric, Druid, Fighter, and so on down the line. So, yeah, I think I'll do that. Might as well, right? Okay, so Bard. Yeah, we did the skill, and we're gonna say for instrument, we're gonna say I don't know, the loot. Okay, and then so for Barbarian, let's see, we're gonna say weapons. We will say simple and martial weapons. And for we're going to put shield down under armor. That's definitely more of an armor thing, obviously. For clerics, they have light armor and medium armor. Medium armor and shields. Druids are going to do light armor, medium armor. Of course, we're going to definitely say that because they're also druids and they're also hermits and it's a kinku, that probably most everything he's wearing is probably going to be more natural, like wooden or leather or something anyway. For fighter, light armor, medium armor, shield, simple weapons, and martial weapons. Monk, simple weapons, and short swords. Okay. Short swords. Paladins, light armor, medium armor, simple weapons, and martial weapons. Rangers, light armor, medium armor, shield, simple weapons, martial weapons, and one skill from the classes skill list. So we're going to look under Rangers real quick. Come on. Monk. Ranger, come on. Where's the Rangers? Skills. Okay. How many? Did it say one? And one skill from the class list. Well, yeah, we'll definitely say nature in this case. Nature. If I can find it, there we go. Well, if anything, at least he's going to be proficient in a lot of stuff. Okay, rogue, light armor, one skill from the classes. Oh my goodness. Oh, first, hold on. Let me first write that for tools, he's also going to be good in thieves tools. Sorcerer, nothing. Okay, of course. And it wouldn't work. Light armor, simple weapons for warlock, and nothing for wizard. Okay, so all we need to do is look under rogue. Rogue. Okay. Under the skill list, which is let's see. What did I say here? Perception. Did I say? Oh, wait. Is it perception one of them? Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna say definitely perception. But we could say that that Mimi has been out like a lot. Despite the fact he's been alone probably a lot. He definitely. Yeah, he's definitely. Oh my gosh, I don't know. He's learned to do a lot on his own. He needs to be able to know how to do these things. Definitely saving that again. Let's see. So multi-class spellcaster slots per level. So if we're looking at 12. Okay, so let me again making notes here. So sorcerer would has two level 1 spells and 4 cantrips, but as a level 12 for the multi-class spellcaster, he's gonna overall have, hold on. Your capacity for spellcasting depends on partly on your combined levels in all your spellcasting classes and partly on your individual levels in those skills. Once you have the spellcasting feature from more than one class, use the rules before. Okay, if multi-class has feature from more than one class, you follow the rules as described in that. Okay, hold on. If you multi-class but have the spellcasting feature from only one class, you follow the rules as described in that class. Maybe I don't understand what that means. You determine, okay, for spell knowns, you determine what spells. You know what? See, this is why I think this is where I might just say ignore the multi-class spell slot thing because, again, this is all for fun. So, as level 1, let's see. So, level 1, okay, actually, hold on. Let me do that. Hi. Okay, so for a bard, he is going to know, let's see. Oh, actually, hold on. Wait. Let me see something. Yeah. See, now I'm kind of wondering if they with the spell slots per spell level. I wonder if they mean like that in general. So like especially if I choose, you know, at least one additional spellcaster, like one spellcaster or more than one spellcaster. You determine your availables by adding together all your levels in the Bard, Cleric, Druid. Let's see. Oh, okay. So, hold on. Let me get this so I can get this ready. Okay. I'm going to say spell slots are equal to. You determine your available spell slots by adding together all your levels in Bard, Cleric, Druid, Sorcerer, and Wizard classes. Half your levels run it down in the Paladin, Ranger, and classes, and a third of your so round it down. If you have Trickster feature, use this total to determine your spell slots by consulting the multi-class spell. Okay, so let's see slots by adding together. Okay, so that's Bard. So this is per level. So Bard, Cleric, Druid, Sorcerer, and Wizard classes. That's 5. So we're looking at least 5 plus. Let's see. Okay, a third of your fighter. So fighter or rogue levels, which is 0, because each one will be level 1. Round it, so that'll be. Oh wait. So a third of your fighter or rogue, so that'll be 0 plus 0 plus and a third of your fighter rogue levels. Okay. If I have the Eldritch Knight. Oh, never mind. Okay, so that's not gonna actually apply to me. Here's if I have the Eldritch Knight or Arcane Trickster, because I know Arcane Trickster is like what, level 3 or something, and I probably wouldn't. I don't think I don't know if I'd choose that anyway. I don't know. Use the total to determine your spell slots by consulting the. Let's see. Use the total to determine your spell slots by consulting the. Let's see. If you have more than one spellcasting class, this table might give the spells of a level that is higher than the spells you know or can prepare. You can use these slots, but only to cast your low-level spells. This is probably why I probably don't multi-class too often. So in this case, it looks like 5. We have a total of 5, and 5 we're gonna know. Let's see, let's see, 4th level, meaning, so we have No, 5th level, I'm sorry. 5th level. Okay, which means we have first is 5, second is okay, so yeah, third oh, actually, I'm sorry, I'm totally messing up here. 5th is 4, second spell slot is 3, third is, let's see, fourth, third is 2. Okay. All right, so let me, oops. Third is 2. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so actually what we're going to do while I am thinking about it, we're going to go down here to the spell slots. We're going to say for first level is going to be 4. Second level is going to be 3. Third level is going to be 2. So, again, like I said, I could be doing this wrong. It's the first time I'm legitimately trying to do at least something, somewhat following the rules. Okay. Come on. All right. So now in that case, oh boy, this is definitely going to be be a bit of a challenge for sure. Okay, so there's that. Oh, so we did Bard. Okay, so that's going to be okay, so hit point is going to be 8 plus the Constitution modifier, which is, well, 0, so it's going to be an additional 8. That's 6. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14. And I'd say at this point, well, I think what we're going to do is probably kind of start going down the list here of all the classes, so we don't have to keep skipping around all the time. So okay. So for Barbarian, we're going to say he has Rage and Unarmored Defense. So let's say for the moment, because it's just a Kenku, it's a Hermit, it probably doesn't get into very many fights. Unarmored Defense is 10 plus the Dex plus Con mod. That's 10, 11. So for the moment, since we have no armor on him, he currently has an ACL of 11. Let's see. And he has Rage is 2. He has 2 rages and plus 2 to damage when he rages. Okay, so then there's that. So we did Bard. We could, I think, and then for each one, it doesn't necessarily matter what order we do in terms of the character's background. That maybe he's heard, like I said, he's heard enough tales. Maybe in these taverns, he's seen, these super busy taverns, he's seen and heard so many tales. Excuse me. That he's heard all these different things, and then he's also gone to do his own research as well. So that could definitely help. So for Cleric, he knows 4 spellcasting, and he knows he has a Divine Domain. Let's see. Divine Domains. Actually, a super cool one would be that I feel would potentially fit him. Oh, maybe even nature. Well, I was thinking at first, nature or knowledge would be super awesome. Because, he's meant to be knowledgeable. Because, again, he's discovered. Maybe he knows something that no one else does. But since he already knows stuff, I'm gonna say. I'm gonna go. Maybe knowledge might actually make sense in this case. Knowledge. Oops. Domain. Which means, and at a cleric cleric levels, he's going to automatically, at first level, he's going to know command because of course he's heard a lot of shit at those taverns, So he knows all those people who got into a fight, and the bigger, tougher, strong guys telling the weaker guys, or the people trying to come up and start fights, they don't back down. They tell you, get out of my face, kind of thing. So that would probably totally make sense. And then identify. Okay. So there's that. Okay. Druid. Okay, so he's now also going to know. Come on. He's also going to know Druidic. Oh shoot! Almost forgot. Yeah, for his the cleric. What's his HP? Oh shoot! Have I been doing this? Oh, I think I was doing it wrong. It was 8, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I think it was 8. I think I did. I think I did the spell rolling wrong. So that's an 8-sided die for the other one. 8. So that's 4. So really, it should be 6. So it actually should be 10. Where's the mouse? There it is. Come on, man. There it is. 10. Okay. Okay, so now, going over back, we go alphabetically back to Druid. So first and foremost, that's a 1d8. D8, that's, it's 7. So he gets 17. Okay, so then he knows, he knows Druidic. So Druidic is just the secret language of the Druids. You can speak the language and use it to leave hidden messages, so on and so forth. Okay, that works. Doesn't have to worry about the Druid circles at this point. All right, so going over to the fighter. So first, the hit points is a D10. Again, wow, 8. So it's 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 27. So that's a 27. 27. Oops. Okay. So he has, for fighter, he has fighting style and second wind. Fighting stipe. Buzz. Okay, well let's quickly look at what fighting style is. Oh, you adopt a particular style of fighting. You can't take a fighting style option more than once, but I'm definitely gonna take more than one drink. Archery, defense, dueling, great weapon fighting, protection, or 2 weapon fighting. Let's see. Well, I think because again, he's not gonna necessarily go up. He's small. He's not the biggest guy, and again, he wants to be very deceptive and persuasive. So he's not gonna try getting into a fight. So I'm gonna say go with archery, so that if he does have to fight, maybe he tries to be stealthy and sneaky. So he's gonna do archery. And okay. Archery, which gives Just a +2 to attack rolls with ranged weapons. Okay. And of course, second one that win. Again, these are all things that really, I mean, I probably didn't even have to add the whole part with the archery, but whatever. Okay, so for the monk, let's see, he's going to go unarmored defense and martial arts, and that's a 1d4 for martial arts. And he has no key points, nor does he have any unarmored movement at this point. Let's see. Oh, okay. We definitely need 1d8 for HP. 4. So what does that say? Okay, so that's 31. 31. Okay. For paladins, the paladins class. Oh, come on, man! I clicked down here at the bottom of the list. I don't know why it went up to the top. Okay, he has divine sense and lay on hands. Oops. Divine sense and lay on hands. And his HP bonus is 10. 6. So that's 37. 37. Okay, then going. Wait. Just divine sin. Okay, so he doesn't get sacred. He doesn't get sacred oath yet. Okay, so I don't have to worry about choosing an oath yet on him. But yeah, because if I did any more than one level, especially if somehow I was able to go above level 20, period, this would, I swear to God, get so super complicated. Ranger. Favored enemy. Favored enemy. Oh, I'm going to say goblinoid. Because, even if he's neutral, maybe we could say he's had some run-ins, in other caves where goblins have tried invading him before, but somehow he's either escaped or somehow managed to stealth out or stealthily, get rid of the enemies or whatever. So we're going to say goblinoid because, it's fun. Next is natural explorer, and get that out of the way. Let's see. Okay, so there's nothing specific for that. Okay, so I'm not gonna. Yeah, so I don't have to worry about archetypes yet. No, I don't. Okay. Again, the beauty is you can do just the absolute bare ass minimum for all of these, characters. Yeah. All right. We're gonna say for rogue expertise, attack, and thieves can't. Oh yeah, I definitely see that I butchered that. Natural exploder. He has massive diarrhea. He has natural reoccurring diarrhea. It just becomes natural to him. Yeah, oh my god. Okay, so let's see, because the downside is that he probably will never have, he'll never get, despite that he's level 12, he will never get a normal ability score improvement, unfortunately. Oh, D8 for his, oh, God, 2. 7, 9, 39. Oh my god, yeah, this guy, like I said, this guy's going to be a bloody mess. Okay, we did Sorcerer. Yeah, we did Sorcerer. Yeah, we did we did Wild Magic. Okay. Okay, next we're going to do, let me get this back like such. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay. We are the champions today. Okay. Oh, actually, one thing, yeah, a couple things actually I think we forgot to do is otherworldly patron and pact magic. Okay, so let's look at those. First level, you struck a bargain. Let's see. Let's look at Xanthar's guide to see what other things we could choose in regards to his sorceress org. Wait. Oh, I'm sorry. This is Warlock. Sorry. Uh, yeah, I didn't mean. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, I realized now I'm talking about warlocks. I'm still thinking about sorcerers for some reason. Well, the celestial could be cool. Okay, powerful being of the upper planes. You have bound yourself to an ancient Empyrean, solar, Ryrin, unicorn, or other entity that resides in the planes of everlasting bliss. And there's the Hexblade, and those are the only two there. God, in this case, I'm not really sure. Put that over there, just in case. Let's see. Actually, I think Archfey would be kind of cool. Archfey would be kind of cool. Archfey. So that means that for the spell list at first level, he also gets Free Fire and sleep. He definitely gets sleep. Come on. Alright, he gets sleep. And that's it for the Archfey list. Oh, okay. And of course, he's also going to know for a feature. He's going to know Fey Presence, which your patron bestows upon you the ability to project the beguiling and fearsome presence of the Fey. As an action, you can cause each creature in a 10-foot cube originating from you to make a wisdom saving throw against your warlock spell save DC. Again, like I said, this is probably going to be a total mess. I'm probably getting this wrong, but the creatures that fail your saving throws are all charmed or frightened by your choice until the end of turn. I mean, this is why I don't think I would legitimately use this character in a legitimate game, nor would I ever consider doing it. Definitely not. I mean, I wouldn't do more than, like, a 2-class multi-class, like max. Because, for the fear that it'll end up turning into something like this, and especially for someone like me, who still to this day doesn't 100% understand multi-classing, but I'm still doing it because it's fun. Oh, and then of course HP. HP, so that's a D8, so he gets, wow, a whole 2. So I think that raises him to 40. Boy, for being at 12th level, I know we're not max, but God, I would imagine he should at least be somewhere between 60 and 70. This guy's, oh my goodness, wow. Anyway, so now for Wizard, we're gonna say, okay, for HP, we're just against a D6, 4. So that's 44. And I think, actually, yeah, I think that's the last class, I think. Yeah, okay. So, let's see. Arcane Recovery. Alright. Let's see. So let's say he's certainly gonna want a spell book, or some way to be able to cast his spells. I'm just trying to think if there's something creative we could do other than just your typical book. Where maybe rather than being like your typical just a bound. What if it's a stolen spellbook? Maybe what did we use deception? Yes, we did. Yes, we did actually. Maybe he used his deception to draw like some stupid, dumbass wizard away from his table at the tavern, and while the wizard was really like, huh, what the hell? Mimi decided to like swipe, little five fister. Whoa, a 5-finger discount, so to speak. So we could say, actually, hold on. Let me double check. First level, you have spellbook containing 6 first level spell weapons. Okay, your spellbook is the repository of the wizard's spells except your cantrips, which are all fixed in your mind. Like I said, boy, this is going to be an absolute mess. I would never do this for real, because I guarantee you this is just a clusterfuck for me, because it's bad enough. But this would be one thing if I was making a pure wizard or something, or a pure sorcerer, because it's always the spellcasting stuff that really complicates like everything, Let's see. But now it did say for the multi-class, though, for the multi-class spell slot thing, those are the number of spell slots I get. That's not necessarily the number of like the number of actual spells that I have access to. So there's that. So spell book, let's see. So I'm going to say, let's see, spell book, 6 spells. Oops, 6 spells? 6 spells. Okay. Oh man, this is going to be interesting. So incredibly interesting. +1. I think it was 30, I believe. There we go. Okay, so first and foremost, we are going to +0, +1, +0, +3, +2, -3, but I would end up being a +1, Okay. So strength, nothing else. Next is my copy. Dexterity is going to be a +5. There'll be no constitution, so I don't need to worry about that. Intelligence is going to be a +7. Let's see, intelligence, that's +7. Intelligence, there's another +7. Wisdom is +2. Oh, what the? Oh, delete. Okay, that was weird. Wisdom. Let's see, again, that's 4, that's +6. Okay, wisdom. There. And then finally, charisma. So that'd be actually a +1. Charisma. Okay, again, +1. +1. There. Wow, I mean, wow, honestly, I feel that considering that this guy is not the best, his skills are not that shabby. Wow, okay, perception +1, so he has a passive wisdom of 11. Oh, goodness gracious. Mimi, we're gonna say he's 5 years old. 5 years old. He is 5 feet tall. Let's say he weighs 100 pounds. Pink, white skin, and feathers. Hair, none. Their feathers. Okay. Oh, goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Okay. So. Oh my goodness, again, something I totally I forgot to do. I'm gonna have to go through all the classes again, at least through all the magic users, so to find out how many spells of each they know. Okay, so Bardic, let me go back on here and make my notes. See. 2 cantrips and okay, so he knows 4 spells. Let's see, so that's 4 spells. Next, Cleric. He knows 3 cantrips. Now, like I said, if I'm doing this totally wrong, I totally get that. I completely understand that I'm doing this wrong. And if you guys end up downloading this sheet and you guys want to use it for your own or whatever, feel free and change me and correct this. Like I said, I'm in no way a multi-classing expert by any means. Okay. Okay. Okay, so he knows wisdom equal to the wisdom modifier. That's not a good start. That's not a good start. Wisdom modifier plus the cleric level. So he knows -2 spells. He is the most horrible cleric in the world. He is absolutely the most horrible cleric in the world. 0 spells. He's a terrible cleric. Druid. Druid. He knows 2 cantrips. And go to spell casting. Let's see. A number of druids was equal to wisdom. He's going to be a terrible druid as well. Yep. And he knows 0 spells for that. This is going to be such an awesome character, I swear to God. Okay, it's fighter, monk. They're not going to have anything. Okay, well, he's not going to know anything right now anyway, I don't think. But let me look at what spellcasting. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess he's going to be a level 1 paladin, so he's not going to even get spellcasting under the paladin anyway. So paladin, no spells. Like I said, totally kick-ass character. Ranger, no spellcasting for him either. For a ranger, because again, doesn't get spellcasting until level 2. Nothing for rogue, because again, it's not a spellcaster. Okay, so for a sorcerer. Oh wait, I think we already. Oh, okay, yeah, we already have that written down anyway. Okay, so yeah, we already know what he's gonna have for that. Warlock. He knows. Okay, warlock. He knows 2 cantrips and 2 spells, and but he can right now he's only going to be able to cast things at first level. So regardless of what it is, so not it's a warlock that can't warlock, a fighter that can't fight, a druid that definitely cannot druid, and so on and so forth. So I think. Yeah, okay, so now in all theory, I should be able to go to the spell list. Okay, so we're going to have, actually, so we're going to go ahead and maximize this again. Cantrips. We're going to say that he knows, well, light, but this is bardic, so we're going to say, lard, light, and we're going to say, well, we have to, vicious mockery. Again, something that he would definitely be able to know when he's doing his, during his times, laying low in the taverns. And then 4 spells. These are all first 4 levels. Oh man, yeah. I think what we're gonna do. Well, yeah, we're gonna go down the list, and we're gonna. I know we're gonna have to use different. Gonna have to really be cramming spells in here. Comprehend languages. How many? Oh, damn, I have 4 spells. We're gonna go disguise self, because that definitely fits. 2, 3, and Tasha's hideous laughter, even though I know I spelled that wrong. Because I think these are a little bit some more defensive spells for sure. Okay, which means, okay, so we need, so okay, let's go with Cleric now. Oh, I know. Thaumaturgy. Oh my god, this is, how many? Oh, actually, yeah, it's not gonna matter. He doesn't have any spells, but he does have, well, I guess he does have 3 cantrips. Okay, yeah. Besides, I was writing it in the wrong area. Thaumaturgy. Thaumaturgy. How many? 3 cantrips. I'll say guidance and mending. Then let's see, for druid it was just 2 cantrips and that was it. Oh, hold on. Druid craft, and I always loved produce flame. That was always fun. So that was druid, so no spells for paladin period, and just now for warlock. That's just 2 cantrips and 2 spells. Okay, actually I'm going to do sorcerer first. And so for sorcerer that was 2 level 1 spells and 4, okay, so 4 cantrips. Yeah, we're definitely going to need to double up here. Let's see. We're going to go friends. We're going to say mage hand. How many was that? Sorcerer, 4 cantrips. So we did 2, so we need 2 more. Gosh. Message. And finally, let's say fire bolt. And sorcerer is just 2 level 1 spells. We're gonna go with detect. Oops. Detect magic. And we're gonna say charm person. And then for warlock, let's see, yeah, 2 cantrips and 2 spells. We will okay. Eldritch Blast, and do I already have Minor Illusion already? minor illusion. Okay. And then finally two more normal spells here. Oh, invisibility. That again, perfect for hiding and stuff. And hellish rebuke. And X that out. Okay. Well, again, I mean, I'm not going to be shocked if I did that completely wrong. Let's see. First, save. Probably for spellcasting. No, I'm not even gonna bother. Not even gonna freaking bother. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, weapons. I have to go back to the equipping. Actually, let's go back real quick to hermit stuff. Hermitry. Okay, for character traits, hermit. Well, let's see. He's been so isolated that. Oh, actually, hold on. No, I'm oblivious to etiquette and social expectations. That's perfect. Oops. Etiquette. His ideals. Okay. Well, he is inquiry and good curiosity are the pillars of progress. No. Meddling in affairs of others only cause no. If you know yourself, there's nothing left to know. Yeah. Let's see. If you, oops. Damn it. If you know yourself, there's nothing else to know. Because I mean, he definitely knows himself, and he knows he doesn't get into battles much. Bond. Let's see. I entered seclusion to hide from others who hunt me. Yeah, because maybe he went into seclusion because of his special powers and stuff. Because of my unique traits. Flaws. Let's see. Anyway, let's see. I'd risk too much to uncover a lost bit of knowledge, which would mean it's also misspelled, which would also potentially explain why he wouldn't stole that magician's spell book. Okay. Let's see. So. Okay, that I don't want feats. Where in the bloody hell? The bloody hell are the equipment. Okay, hold on. While I'm looking, don't have to necessarily always stare just at the thing. Okay, classes, equipment. There we go. I'm trying to get to the beginning. Okay. Well, okay, so he did start off as a sorcerer, so he's going to get. Oops, come on. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So he's going to get 9. Wow, he's damn. He's going to get 90 gold. Holy crab nuggets! It's it's not bad for someone who doesn't get out very much. Okay, so well, I think as far as armor goes, I'm gonna say that he definitely bought himself um, some. Well, I think he has some. He has fairly somewhat druid, so he has no choice but to hide now, which means it's hide as 12 plus dex modifier, so that's 12, 13. So now he has 13 AC. Not great, but it's better than nothing. Let's see. Okay, so he's light crossbow. His widows 1d8 of damage, whereas his daggers do 1d4, 1d4. Oops. Okay, and then so light crossbow is range, so that'd be a +1, it'd be a +5, and the daggers can be either or, so we're going to go with a +1, so that's also a +5. Let's see, so +1, come on, and a +1. Wow, definitely a subpar character. Not just because of stats and things, but and his attacks and everything. But my God, I mean, his skills aren't bad. He's probably definitely better. You know, he's probably a lot better not in combat because reasons. I may be getting into places. I definitely would not put him in the thick of battle. Marching orders, I would not put him in front. Like put him between. Put him between, your paladins and your well armored fighters and clerics and barbarians and stuff. This guy definitely is not suited for offensive. If anything, it'd be defensive and maybe a certain level of trickery, which would definitely go great with his character. Um, let's see. Okay, hold on. Going back. Hold on. Ah, shoot. I wish I wouldn't have hadn't lost my place there. But I need to go back to Sorcerer to see what other stuff that he starts out with. Okay, so it's after Ranger, after Rogue, Sorcerer. Okay, so his starting items: Dungeoneering pack works. You know what? I'm going to say probably Explorers pack. Oh, okay. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay. So, Explorers pack, which has backpack, a bed roll, mess kit, tinder box, 10 torches, 10 days rations, water, skin, and disguise kit. Alright, so there's that. First, oops, let's get that saved again. I mean, there's probably, God, I mean, this is going to be interesting. This is definitely going to be interesting. Yeah, my biggest concern is the spells. That's kind of what I'm nervous about here. But yeah, I mean, I feel like at this point, I'm kind of feeling that that's probably done. That is definitely probably finished. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, it was definitely interesting to make. It was definitely a unique experience, but probably nothing I would probably want to do again. Not even by a long shot. Like I said, probably 99.9% of all the multi-class characters I decide to run probably won't pass 2 classes, like, at all. Just at all. Just no. Like, no thanks. But yeah. So the finishing of the Sunny Deem, the Tangy Original. They didn't pay me for this, by the way. So yeah. Okay, yeah, looks like all skills in there. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother I mean, because anyone who doesn't know what a kenku is exactly, it's like this bird. Let me get the book here. Basically, that's what the kenku looks like. Kind of a, definitely very much of a bird folk kind of thing. And I definitely feel, okay, might as well do that because I don't think there's anything left on the character sheet that we can really do. Yeah, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Anything specific? Yeah, let's see. See if there's anything about Kenku we can figure out here. Maybe how to, maybe role play him a little bit. Again, I think considering his stats and his abilities and the odd class selections, all the selections, he's definitely, he's definitely a jack of all trades, if anything, and a very poor one at that, if anything. But I think based on the spells I did give him, he's definitely meant to try to hide away, ways to get out of conflict, trick people, deceive people, be sneaky, stealthy, sleight of hand kind of stuff. So definitely play him not as a forward offensive character in either conflict, any level of conflict. That's basically how I would probably role play him. Let's see. And probably because of the taverns. I mean, think of all the numerous things he's probably picked up, especially by level 12. Excuse me. Think of all the things that he's probably picked up. In terms of the things that are said. I mean, aside from the spells and all the other things that he was probably taught by mimicking and just general learning. And getting to be able to understand. Oh, wait. I will say it does say here that the age of the Kenku, although they have shorter lifespans than humans, they do reach maturity around 12. So it might be a good idea if I change his age. I'm gonna say maybe let's say I mean I think in order to be able to get to level 12 and learn all these things, I would definitely have to say 20. You know what? No, wait. 28. Just because let's say he's definitely had time to get to know the things he needs to know, you know? Um, so, yeah, there's that. So, uh, yeah, because in terms of role playing a Kenku, constant attempts to mimic noises can come across as confusing or irritating rather than entertaining, which definitely makes sense. Which is probably another reason why it may not be a good idea to roll this character. Especially if it's a long ass campaign, or even one that's going to last like more than like 2 or 3 sessions, or 2 or 3 planned sessions. If you think that he's going to, if you think that if you're literally planning on playing this kind of character, not just from the role playing aspect, but from the ability aspect, the spell aspect, all that kind of stuff, stat aspect, everything about the character, yeah, you don't want to get too deep into it, or just make him a temporary character or something. That maybe he's around for a character or for just a few like a for a few hours in the session, or maybe a couple 2 or 3 sessions at the most. But it's probably best suited, I would say, in just a few sessions. You can just as easily describe the sounds your character makes and what they mean, which is true, rather than trying, especially if you're really bad at imitating or making impressions of different things. Be clear about your character's intentions unless they are deliberately aiming for inscrutable or mysterious. You might say, in quotes, Snapper makes the noise of a hammer slowly and rhythmically tapping a stone to show how bored he is. He plays with his dagger and studies the Lord's alliance agent sitting at the bar. Creating vocabulary of noises for the other players to decode might sound like fun, but it can prove distracting and could slow down the game. So, yeah, again, it's all about using, it sounds like it's really all about using, your intellect, or not intellect, but your intuition about if you should use a character like this at all. I mean, even just as a Kenku, not based on the kind of character here I just made, because that would definitely be not so good. Because the last thing you want to do is be annoying to the other players and to the DM, and slow, like it says here, slow things down. And then plus, it would get kind of probably boring for you, the player, because if you're being forced, to always have to imitate or always describe kind of in the third person what your character's doing, I mean, that would get boring rather easily. I mean, unless maybe you specifically like write down and maybe memorize as much as you can. Maybe not just maybe some like, especially since this character is meant to be level 12. You know that by now, if you're starting out as this level 12, you definitely want to have like maybe 30, 40, 50 or more, small phrases that they can say. Um, that you could say to everyone else that, yeah, this is the things that I've heard, over the course of his time in these taverns, that, this like Mimi in this case is done. Um, and and then of course, and probably as you and probably good now, so this is one of those things that I saw on Critical Role, where when Matt Mercer was playing Kiri on, in the game, how he remembered certain phrases that, each of the players would sit there and say in character, so that he could then take some of those phrases and, regurgitate them back and make it, so I think, yeah, the role playing, not just a akin to in general, but role playing this character in general and playing this character could definitely be a challenge. I think. I think if you want a good challenge, this would definitely be a good character for sure as a challenge. Because to be honest, even if I was allowed to use this character, even if a DM invited me to a game and they looked over this character and said, "Yeah, sure, most definitely, let's let you use it." I don't think I'd want to play the character very long. Nope, not at all. But yeah, but yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna say that's probably gonna have to be the end of this particular stream because I could say I definitely had fun. I definitely had fun with this one, but at the same time, probably not because I think of how challenging this making this kind of character was. Just like I said, after doing something like this, there are just too many little factors that you have to factor into the character, and that's just one of those things that I don't think would inherently work with. I just don't know. I legitimately just don't know. Um, anyway, uh, at this point, I'm just gonna have to say, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you enjoyed me making this mess of a character. And if all goes well, and if I'm in the right mood, if I can, I will definitely attempt to make another character tomorrow. If not, I guess I'll see you guys next week. Because, like I said, I'm still trying to work on scheduling for these D&D Create series. Um, so yeah, um, on that end, thank you everyone. Please follow me. Um, please check out the rest of the videos I do here on Twitch, and please check out all the videos I put up on YouTube at Daquine Gaming. Uh, you will also find this video there as well especially if that's where you're watching this. If you weren't able to make the live broadcast, but yeah, thank you everyone for jumping in. Hope you guys had fun, and I definitely hope that I helped inspire some creativity in everyone else, in terms of making a character as weird, messed up, and just crazy in general as this character is. So yeah, um, on that note, thank you guys for joining, and I'll see you later. Bye.